on a mission to reduce the baseline anxiety and overthinking in my life. The mind is a powerful tool, and you can help yourself a lot without pills. Therapy is a long game. It's a lot of effort and time and money to find the right therapist, but in the meantime, we aren't totally helpless. There's a lot of free resources in the world with which we can help ourselves. For me, I have been on high alert anxiety for 2 decades. That's how I lived my life. Because my anxiety kept me safe. My anxiety works. There is a reason I didn't want to get rid of it because it kept me safe. Now that I'm out and I am not in survival mode anymore, I want to live my life. I don't just want to survive. So, the default of anxiety and overthinking that I have in me, I want to help myself and reduce it. First, in the words of Philomena Kunk, the invention of television really made life worth living for the first time. It's so true because now we have infinite access to good art, good movies, good books at the click of a button. I recently watched this old Hindi movie called Anand. I watched it for free on YouTube. There were a lot of ads, but basically it was free. Movies like that really have the power to change someone's entire perspective and entire life. This movie is about a guy who is terminally ill and he knows it. He knows his imminent death. There is no plot twist here, there is no drama. This guy, from being faced with his imminent death, knows how to live his life so much better than anyone who has 50 years left to live. It's because he has crystal clear clarity of thought on what really matters in life. Friendship, love, and kindness. And not one day, but today. That's just how he lives his life. The best part about this movie is that he doesn't go out there and live his life by skydiving or bungee jumping or doing other crazy activities that you need a lot of money for. Not all of us have access to that. And also, I don't ever want to go skydiving or bungee jumping because I imagine myself being broken in half like a glow stick. The beauty of this movie is that he knows how to live his life well with the simplest things. His kindness, his positivity is rooted in his simple everyday life. He makes everyone's life better by making them laugh, by spreading his joy and positivity. And he reminds people all the time to live consciously rather than just sleepwalk through life. It's a powerful reminder because if you think about it, a lot of us are on autopilot and sometimes we don't even know what we are doing. And that's not okay. I mean, most of us are lucky enough to be making this video or watching this video or any other video on our smartphone, which means we have the basic necessities in life and we forget to be thankful for it. One thing that struck me the most in this movie was how the guy, Anand, has no social anxiety at all. He can just go up to anyone on the street and pretend that he knows them from some other time and can just strike up a conversation with them and then he becomes friends with them. What's so interesting about this is in the stark contrast it is in with our today's 9 to 5 and corporate life. Those fake conversations he had with people on the road by pretending to know them were so much more real than whatever the heck is going on in corporate life. Like, how are you? How was your weekend? I'm sorry I did that to you, but that's just what I'm. Thank God I am not allowed to work right now on my visa, and thank God my lawyers are taking their sweet time with this by lying to me, and they keep extending the application because I don't want to be in a 9 to 5 corporate ever. Don't get me wrong, I'll do it if I have to, but I'm just glad that I'm not surrounded by that culture right now. And watching movies like this grounds me and it reminds me to be present. Reminds me that most of our corporate jobs, they are the death of creativity. They are the death of sanity, really. They are designed in a way to keep us unhappy so that we are on this purchasing spree and consumption spree all the time. So we forget to be present. And that's why watching old movies like I mean, I don't have problem watching new movies, but what is going on these days, right? I think they are making bad movies on purpose so that they can write it off just for tax purposes, I believe. I'll have to get into that to truly know what's going on. I get to go through this catalog of old good cinema out there and learn from movies like this to be present. One more thing I learned from this movie is the importance of connecting with someone. One of the protagonists was this cynical and closed off, rather detached guy. But at the end of the movie, through his friendship with this enthusiastic, warm person, he is now emotionally vulnerable. And there is no plot twist here, right? The guy does lose his friend at the end. We know this. We know this right from the beginning. But he is better now from having this connection and having this friendship in life than he was before it. And the lesson that I took from this is me having a pet. I have always wanted a pet. In fact, I have always wanted several pets, but it depends on how financially stable and I am and whether I can do them the justice. But let's just say a dog. I've always wanted a dog, but I am scared and I overthink that I'm going to lose him one day because pets just they don't live as long. And because pets don't live as long, in my mind, I have already gone through losing the pet that I don't yet have. Right? I've put myself through that grief because I know it's going to come and I want to be prepared for it. I want to be well equipped in my thoughts for it, which is crazy. And through this movie, I realize, well, that's inevitable. It's going to happen. But I am better off from having this connection in my life and then losing them than not having this connection at all. Okay, the second free self-care thing that I'm doing, gossip. It's a stretch to go from an old good Hindi cinema to gossip, but hear me out. All of us are getting screwed over all the time anyway, right? So might as well just talk about it with our friends and family. Get it out in the air rather than it circulating in our bloodstream. I am now at the age where a lot of family lore has been dropping. My mom has been telling me a lot of things about people I thought were always good, and now I just see all of their bad side, and I now realize all the betrayals that I've been through that at the time I didn't even realize what they were. So I now not only gossip with my friends, but I also gossip with my family about all these toxic people and the way that they have treated us. Why is it bad? This is healing tea for my soul. I need to gossip and put it out there. Right? We cannot avoid toxic bad people. We cannot avoid betrayals. But we can find people who have been through the same betrayal and find the bond of a lifetime with them. Think about it. As a wise old sage on Instagram once said, it's just good journalism. And think about it. Birds in the wild, when they see a predator, what do? They caw and chirp at the top of their lungs to warn each other, right? That's what we are doing. My friends and I, or my family and I, we are just calling each other up and warning each other of these toxic people or predators out there and how we can avoid them or how we can bypass through interactions with them that are just unavoidable. So having someone, the bond of a lifetime with someone who understands shared betrayal and gossiping with them is just one of the free ways of self-care that I will never give up. I don't care what anyone says. I am not out here hurting anyone. I am just talking about how I was hurt. And they are talking about, my friends are talking about the same thing. So I'm never going to stop doing this. Okay, third. I did some simple reverse engineering in terms of feeling good. When I watched this movie, the absolute change in energy you feel through a screen when Rajesh Khanna comes on screen, it is electric. he knows how to live in the moment. He knows how to live life fully, right? And you want to be able to do that too. You want to experience life and everything in all its entirety. And I thought to myself, well, it's his attitude, that's true, but the attitude is in the mind, and my mind is not a floating rock beside me that I can tie a leash to and take on a walk. The attitude is in the mind, and my mind is in the body. So if I take care of my body, I am automatically helping myself and taking care of my mind. Some daily movement, good nutrition, some supplements like magnesium, like they have all been on about, fiber, protein. These are just some things with which we can ensure that we have a good body, and therefore ensuring that we have the right macros for a good body composition, the right micros for a good body performance. This is just the practical side of it. It kind of gave me a reality check, you know? The way our lifestyle is and our diet is, it'll ensure how we feel, and the rest is up here. It's in our perspective, and it's a combination of both of them. Last but not the least, and just ending thoughts. I realize I'm quite a lucky girl right now because I have a balcony, a huge tennis court sized balcony right now, and some good looking trees around my place. So I've put up a bird feeder, and I have made friends with a wild bird out there, a stellar jay, and I feed him nuts every day. It's crazy because now he knows my call. He knows how to call for me when he wants nuts. And he's very cool. So he's very comfortable with me putting a nut out there, and he'll fly and take that nut with me right there in the vicinity. He has no problem. Not to mention the hummingbird feeder that I have, and all these hummingbirds are fighting for their territory and guarding my feeder like it's their own. I love what's going on right there. And all of this is a simple life. It is rooted in simple things. That's why good art or books or music is so important, because whether we are bored or we are happy or we are going through the darkest moments in our life, we turn to art. Whether we want to rewatch our favorite movies or TV shows over and over again, or we are sad, we need some music in our ears or in our earphones. That's how badly we need art in our life. And the best art that I have come across, whether it's a painting or a movie, it's almost always about simple things, but it's just done right. Not to mention the perspective shift we get from consuming this type of art, where everything works in me right now. I am able to make this video. I'm able to go out there and have a run, or go to the gym, and there's a lot to be thankful. So sometimes that perception shift is all you need. I hope I was able to remind someone to go out there and watch this. I watched it for free on YouTube, right? I hope I was able to remind someone to go watch this movie. I really believe no matter where you're from in this world, I hope there are subtitles there. But even without those subtitles, just the feel of the movie set in old Mumbai, it has the power to change your life. And I'll be on the lookout for more of such movies. Until then, I have to go like Serena van der Woodsen. Bye for now.